So now, what does JavaScript can do in the browser? What it can do? So it again depends on the environment it is running on. It might be if it is running on the browser, if it is running in the Node.js, and what environment is running. Okay, so if it is running on the browser, okay, it performs the manipulation. If it is running in the browser, right? If it is running in the browser, JavaScript is running in the browser. What the main functionality of this is? It interact with the uh, DOM object, which I already discussed. It interact with the DOM object and do the manipulation and make the web pages interactive with the user, or give the dynamicity of, provide the dynamicity to the users. Okay, so that's the JavaScript does in the browser. But when it's come to the Node.js, right, it is not interacting with the user. No need to give any dynamicity. It just Node.js can what Node.js can do in the server side is it can read and write the files. Okay, it can go and read the files and write the files and make some performing some requests, make some requests to the servers. Okay, and object oriented things. So it, whatever the data you get from the database, create a object and give it to the user. Okay, user can be a again user can be a browser or can be another application. It can be a client to server interaction. It can be a application to application interaction, whatever may be the things. But yeah, but it does this kind of things. Okay. Then again in the browser it can interact with the, see, when you click on the mouse, right? So in the browser the JavaScript can identify the mouse clicks. When you click on the mouse, let's say for example, when you click on the right click, when right click on the mouse, right, right click, so JavaScript will identify the right click and show you. Let's say for example, do something. So you can write the code to identify the clicks and press the key. When you press on the key, right, so when you press for example upper arrow, lower arrow, okay, down arrow, side arrow, so what are the things, and pointer, when you move the pointer, so you when you move this particular pointer somewhere here, so you need to do something in the web page. Okay, so those things can be done. Let's say, a very example, very good example is when you go to the banking sites, right? When you right click, when you do some right click like this, so it doesn't allow there. It doesn't allow it. It will give you some pop up and say that okay, no, you cannot do the right click. Right click is disabled in this case. So who is doing that? That is done by the JavaScript. Okay, and JavaScript is also can do the validations. If you have a form like if you want to enter the username, password, email ID, and then your phone number and everything, assume that your email ID is not proper. At is, usually email ID contains the at symbol, right? So at symbol is there. So it will validate and say that okay, no, this is at symbol is not in this particular thing. This is the validation. And then mandatory fields. Let's say for example, first name is the mandatory. You have not entered the first name and you try to submit the form. It says that no, this is the mandatory. You have to enter the name. And even you entered the name, but the length of this particular, it expects the 5 minimum characters is 5, but you entered 2 characters. But that time it says that no, this is not the right thing. And interact with the drop down menus. This is very good. I think I'll give you the very good example here. Let's say for example, you have a countries in the web page. You have a countries, and then based on the country you selected, it, states has to be loaded. Based on this state has selected, your cities in this particular state has to be loaded. Okay, so this is how the drop down, right? So that in the drop down, in the initially you have all the countries. So select some country like India, and when India is selected, it will go to the database or somewhere, what the file system or wherever it go. Okay, it will make a request and paste the details. Details in this is the states of this particular country, and then populate that into a drop down menu. So again, the drop down menu, select the state, and again make a request to the server, fetch the details, and populate that into a city, number of cities in that particular state. Okay, this is how the browser, this is how the JavaScript can do in the browser. Okay, and allow the data to be stored in the local. Yeah, this is browser again has a local environment as already said, right? Because it is running the code and all, it should maintain some memory. Okay, so it has a local memory. It maintains some local storage. That is called local storage is available. We'll discuss that in the future.